Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone.
Are we live?
Don't worry about Pookie. Hey, guys, how's it going? David and Kelly here. We have a very exciting show for you tonight. I'm going to give it a little bit for people to come on here because we're on a bit of an unscheduled live. But we've got a very exciting breakdown of the Vortex tour we got coming up, of which I'm sure we'll see a number of you on. And we've made a little document for you, actually several, so we can go down and go through what activities, when, and where we'll be on the Vortex tour to give you more of an idea so you can plan that. We'll have that out via email as well in the coming days. We're not quite sure when, but we're going to put that on the mail out as well.
Yeah, we were actually thinking, I was thinking we should just send it out right away, whatever we have tonight. We did come up with a document, so we hope to share it with who's ever on our mailing list. And if you want to get on our mailing list, David has it up on the screen right now, sunflowerlife@dk@gmail.com. And you can get on that mailing list if you want the information that we are going to share tonight. So last minute, we just kind of put together this document saying where we're going to be, what kind of vortex it's going to be, and just some other cool information that we want to go through with you guys. So we're going to be going through that information, and then we decided that we want to do another live where we're actually more prepared.
Well, we're going to break it down and get even further, but this is going to still be pretty detailed.
This is going to be detailed. Tonight is great. We had to do a live tonight. We had to push ourselves to, just do everything that we said we were going to do. And David's got a bunch of new kit that we're trying out tonight. So hopefully you guys should be able to see us more clearly on the new camera that we have. It's going to be a really exciting show. We have been trying out a lot of new gear. David had what is it called? A Psionics? It's
Psionics.
A Psionics. So this is like a night vision camera that we just got to be able to record a little bit of ET activity. So every day we've been trying new camera gear. David's been learning how to fly drones. You've been learning how to set up all this stuff. So we have a new rig tonight that we're working off of, and we tried out the night vision camera last night, and we got some really cool footage of our galactic flashy friends. And we've also determined that with that camera, he can see things that I can't see with the naked eye. So we are hoping to play a video clip for you guys at the end, but we're
going to show you what we saw last night, which is regular for us, but it'll be cool to show you.
It is regular. It's just footage that we saw last night in our backyard. And this is the kind of stuff you were telling a friend the other day that the ETs kind of just follow us wherever we go. Yeah. So we have no idea what we're going to see on the tour. But we're so excited to go through this information with you guys tonight. And then we're going to do another show. We've decided another live show before we leave. And it's probably going to be correlated with one of our mass meditations. And we're thinking June 14th that week. And that's like the first super moon of 2022 as well. We wanted to do like a slideshow. We want to talk about these vortexes a little bit more and just like break it down a little bit more of what kind of meditation we're going to be doing there. There is still a lot of moving parts. Like honestly, planning your life a month and a half, 2 months in advance is really, really difficult.
It is
and stressful, especially when it's Mercury retrograde and there's communication issues and technological issues. We just had a day.
I thought we did okay. I wanted to design the slideshow a little bit more graphic-y, and we didn't have enough time to do that, so we just kind of made it more simple. As my fault, but just a very energetic time, guys. You know it. You're going through it. And we are coming to the end of Mercury retrograde. So we are kind of waiting for a few things to do once that's finished, because we do find people are definitely more receptive after that. It's strange, but it just seems to be the way that it is. And so I think I'll wait another couple of minutes, guys, and then we'll begin the slideshow. And don't forget, we will be sending this out on the mailing list on a PDF. So you can have that then as well. But give us a shout out in the chat, guys. Let us know where you're coming from.
I was just going to say, let us know where you guys are coming from. And if you are in Canada, if you're in Alberta, central, southern Alberta, southern BC, or even out on the island, maybe you guys can come along with us, meet up with us, do a meditation, connect as the family of light, and see what we see. So yeah, absolutely. We're always interested to know where you guys are at, and we do want to plan another Vortex tour down in the States.
Yeah, it's going to be
Sedona. There's so many people to see all over. So yeah, we're just excited for the global audience. And, David being in the UK and Europe, and, I'm sure we're going to get there eventually, but this is just what we felt very called to do. So we are going to set off and do it. And we're so excited to connect with new friends and old friends and soul family and just the experience, because we really truly believe that, God is just going to put in front of us all the experiences that were meant to happen. So
yeah, amazing. So do stick around, guys. We have got some ET contact footage for you at the end of the show, some genuine footage filmed last night.
Just from last night, you can hear us just talking and having normal conversation in the background. I'm not sure if we can share the audio.
Sure if we can play the audio on this. Kiana, yeah, we can't wait to meet you too. And so it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did have some contact last night, which is very regular for us. We'll show you a little bit of an inside peek into our world. And those of you who are going to make contact with us on the Vortex tour, we're going to have these beings come in and probably a whole lot more. We're going to have a multiple camera set up to capture stuff that I'm sure we actually won't see with the naked eye on the ground, not in the sky. We'll see stuff up there. But all kinds of stuff happens sort of on the ground as you film it and then look back at other footage. And that happens in the paranormal world quite a lot. But
I do got a big dot on my head. Look at that. Look at that light beam.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Right in the third eye. That's crazy.
Right on the third eye.
Amazing.
All right. So we should get started, because we've got a little bit to go over. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take us, too long to get through. So this is the actual official document that we will be sending out to everyone on our mailing list. Probably tonight or tomorrow, we'll get that sent out. This is draft 1. Keep in mind, maybe in a week or so, once we have fine-tuned the details even more, we'll be sending out a draft 2 in correlation with the second live show that we do that actually incorporates a slideshow, and it's going to be just a little bit more graphic-y, as David put, and as he wants it to be. So are we screen sharing?
We are screen sharing. We're ready to roll.
Woohoo!
So page 1.
David is totally the graphics guy, and he's fantastic.
You can read this, right?
I'm not going to read that. I'm going to read that off of my other screen anyways. Okay. So basically, we are leaving Edmonton on June 16th, and on June 15th. That's when we leave Edmonton, and we're driving straight to Red Deer on the 15th. We arrive that day, and then the very next day, we're just going to get right into it and kick off the Vortex tour. So again, we're off to a bit of a slow start at the beginning of the tour because there is private property involved. A lot of these sacred spots are on military land, go figure. So we don't have access to all of them, but there is about 5 major medicine wheels, which are sacred. We are going to include that in our presentation, just a breakdown of what a medicine wheel is and why it's sacred. And that's kind of all the information that we'll be including in the future. But for starters, we just wanted to tell you guys where we're going to be, what vortex it is, and kind of what time we're going to be doing the meditation if anybody does want to join us. So we're going to head off to Red Deer, Alberta. That's just an hour and a half south of where we're at in Edmonton. And the type of vortex there, well, it's a vortice. A vortex is really just any really energetic hotspot. It has a lot to do with ley lines and Gaia's grids. And again, we'll probably do more of a breakdown on exactly what a vortex is when we do our slideshow presentation in the next couple of weeks. But we're just going to call this vortex type galactic because we know it's an energetic hotspot for ETs. And we know this because the largest formation of crop circles in Canada happened in Red Deer in 2001, and it was actually in the shape of Metatron's cube or the Star of David.
Star of David, yeah.
It would be the Star of David because technically it's obviously not a cube that you can see, but that was very fitting, and
it's amazing.
We don't know if we can actually get on the property. There's a farm, it's private property, and we just have to do some digging and research on the internet and finding out who these people are and if we can get a hold of them. And we think we've tried, but we haven't heard back. So again, when there is this vortex or this energy hotspot, you really only have to be in the radius to kind of feel the effects of that. So within kind of 30 kilometers, we know the area, we know the district. So for site one, we're pretty much just going to show up and, maybe we do find the farm and talk to the people in person and they let us on the land. But either way, we are just going to set up where we feel called to set up and do the meditation. There's going to be some really exciting stuff happening later on in the tour in BC. But like I said, as it starts out, like we're kind of just going with the flow and going by the seat of our pants, and whoever we meet and meet along the way, like everything is just open for us. I'm sure we'll get the call back, and I'm sure we'll get on that property. And there's definitely more opportunities to see crop circles down the list as well. So what are you doing here?
Hold on a minute, Vicky. I'm just
you keep saying hold on.
Just downloading this.
Are you still showing?
I'm going to show it in a different way because I can zoom in better. So hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to get that back up on the screen. Hold on a minute.
Okay. So the only other thing I wanted to mention, did you put the sidereal time on there? Did you add that?
I did, yeah. But I'm just going to bring it up again.
So if you guys can see on the schedule, just above the location where it has the date, are you still showing it?
Hold on. See, that's a better. Now we can see.
Okay. Okay. We're still screen sharing?
No, we're screen sharing again. Hold on.
Sorry, guys. He has a better way.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So basically just where it says the Star of David crop circle, right above it is going to be the date. So June 16th. And what you'll see is sidereal time. So sidereal time is just going to be displayed basically whatever province that we're in, which is Alberta. On the list here, and we only know sidereal time up until July at this moment. That doesn't really matter, but whatever province we're in, Alberta, Mountain Standard Time. This is going to be in Mountain Standard Time. As we switch to BC, it's going to be in PST, Pacific Standard Time. And sidereal time is basically what? Does anybody know what sidereal time is?
Send us a quick shout out in the chat if you know what sidereal time is. It's a very energetic time of the day, ST. There's apps you can get on your phone. I can tell you, no, I haven't got my phone. I'll put a link in the description in about 24 hours of the app that we use. We pay for the app, so you don't have to do that. But if you want more times in the future, you pay for it. But there are apps that calculate your sidereal time based on where you're at in the world.
So sidereal time is 4 minutes earlier every single day. And it's basically when our entire globe and where we are at specifically in Mountain Standard Time and where we're at in Edmonton or whatever location we are, where we are lines up with the grand central sun and the center of the universe. So it's super cool. And when it is sidereal time, it's supposed to be when you're the most connected to your psychic abilities. What was that word you used the other day?
Psionic.
When you have psionic abilities, your psychic abilities, when you are the most able to read each other's minds. And again, that just really opens up that channel for meditation. So when we're at these vortexes, we are going to be utilizing that energy, and we're going to be utilizing sidereal time because it just happened that over the last couple months, sidereal time has been like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, midnight. Like it actually gets earlier by 4 minutes every single day.
So if you're going to do meditations and if you're going to do clairvoyant work, that's the site there about, what is it, 1 o'clock? What was that, 1:30?
It's but it
about
peaks.
1:30.
So it's about from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. There's
That's
like
the
a
window.
2-hour window each day where you really
So if you're going to do meditation work there, that's in your life, that's a great time to do it. It's when you're going to be your most psychic. So isn't it funny that we're not taught that in school? Very few people talk about that or even know that. We learned it through, I think David Wilcock had mentioned that. And
David Wilcock is exactly how we learned it. Yeah.
Started researching it. Very interesting. All these zodiac things and events they plan in the world and things are all done with astrological significance. I promise you that. And you can look it up as it happens.
Oh, absolutely. So it's really cool that sidereal time happens to line up at a really, really good time frame. You know, when David and I are going to be out doing these meditations every day, and right when the sun is setting and we're kind of getting into that CE5 contact, the best time to make contact is really after a meditation, when you're in that very like balanced and centered, full of love, feeling the unconditional love and the unity, and then boom, like that's when you start seeing stuff, and that's when things happen and things just energetically come online, and more so at sidereal time. So you're going to see it does get earlier, the meditations, as we go down the list. When we are going to be in Red Deer, it is going to be quite late. 9:23 p.m. is when we're going to be. We don't know how many people are in, Red Deer that are going to be coming and joining us along for this. But once we start to get out to BC, there are like more people and more connections and a lot more stuff that's going to be happening down the road. So like we're going to be out there at 9:30 and we're going to be doing our thing.
The crop circle one's going to be quite specific to ET contact. So that's going to be a really cool meditation. It
is going to be very cool. Yes, for ET. So moving on to Buffalo Lake. Again, this is in the Red Deer area, kind of out by Stettler, Alberta, if you know where that is. And this whole lake is pretty big deal. It's a pretty big vortex. They say it's like top 8 for energetic vortexes in the world, and it actually connects to Mount Shasta as well as the Bermuda Triangle. Pretty powerful, it opens up this really, really powerful full vortex. So this is considered a positive vortex. It's an energy vortex, and it's going to be really at the lake. I guess they have a little beach area there, so we are going to be bringing some floaties. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be in the water. We're going to be connecting with nature and Gaia as much as we possibly can. And then again, you can see that that's going to be quite late, that we're going to be sticking around on the beach, and then we'll go into meditation, and again we will do the meditation ceremony. Again, anytime that we're in the water, it's really great. It's very positive, energetic. So, I like to take advantage of the healing element in that as well in our meditations. So Buffalo Lake, again, it's an open park. Everybody is absolutely invited to come and welcome, and we don't need any special permissions for that one. So that's great. Okay, guys, this is where we need your help. Again, like I said, slow start with the Vortex tour, but the Rumsey medicine wheel, again, it's like a hidden location. So I cannot find this location online at all. The Rumsey medicine wheel. So if anybody knows anyone in Rumsey, it's not the first time I've put out this call. Anytime we're visiting a medicine wheel, it is going to be a very sacred space. And it's usually marked by rocks and what are they called? Tentacles?
Ley lines.
Well, yeah, grid line, but like the rock, it's got like an arm. I guess an arm, I could just say. No. So it's got like the center stone and the center rock, and then the directions are marked by arms made up of rocks. Yeah. So arms, I guess.
We'll call them arms.
Tentacles.
Yeah, the arms of the wheel, or the
spokes? Arms of the spokes. The spokes. That's the word I was trying to come up with.
Arms,
Thank you.
spokes. Nice spokes.
Nice spokes, babe. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this site specifically, people started taking rocks away from the arms, and I think that they started moving them, and there's rumor to be another circle, but they don't know if that was part of the original structure or not. So they started to really protect these sites, and for whatever reason, they don't want to share this information. So, you know, me and David, we have a master plan. We're going to get there a day early. We're going to fly the drone.
I'm going to find out where it is.
We're going to look for the medicine wheel with the drone exactly, and then find out. And then again, anybody who thinks that they want to be a part of these locations, send us an email. Send us an email and let us know you know, where you're planning on coming with us, and then we'll give you the specific directions of how to get where we're going, or we can plan to meet up ahead of time and drive together and follow each other together. Again, a lot of these are off-roading. A lot of them are down like cattle highways. So we are just, so it's good if you have an SUV, you know, and it's good if we follow each other and go together, because it's just better chance of, you know, everything working out. So if you guys know anything about the Rumsey medicine wheel, I will take all that information. Then we're going to head over to Carmangay, which is another medicine wheel. So again, same thing, sacred vortex. This is the Sundial medicine wheel. And again, as David has here, SUV is advised because there's going to be some off-roading for that. So a lot of these medicine wheels date back to like 2,000 years ago. They are used for like death ceremonies for warriors, elders, very important people, important events and ceremonies. And a lot of them are believed to serve astrological purpose as well. So again, you're pointing in the 4 directions, northeast, south, and west. It incorporates the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water. You know, we thought right away of the archangels and just what we can do in these ceremonies with these medicine wheels. And they definitely mark the cycles, the astrological cycles, and they are used for healing and ceremony and all kinds of things. So again, we've got the Carmangay medicine wheel. That's actually down by Lethbridge. So we are going to be leaving the Red Deer area, and that's where Rumsey is. And then we're going to be traveling to the Lethbridge area, which is down by the Alberta border, which is yeah, exactly. So it's kind of close to Lethbridge. It's a little bit more south, and we've got some, again, directions that we'll just be sending you guys if you have any interest in coming to the Carmangay medicine wheel. I was able to find the directions online for that one. And then while we are in that area of Lethbridge, we're going to be traveling down to the border, and the next location is going to be the Coots, Alberta, or the Milk River area. So as you guys know, there was tons of protests happening with the convoy down at the Coots border. So again, it's just a big energy hotspot, and we didn't get a chance to go to the border, but you know, we kind of get a chance to visit that area now. And what there is a provincial park, and it's called Writing on Stone Provincial Park. So it actually has medicine wheel, it's got petroglyphs, it's got hoodoos, all kinds of cool little mountains. And apparently they do have a little area to river float as well. So again, that's going to be a great day. It's a provincial park. You get to bring floaties, and sidereal time starts to get a little bit earlier. So right at 9 o'clock then. So, you know, we will be out quite late doing these CE5 protocols. I think we're going to incorporate them every single night.
Pretty much, yeah. Weather permitting.
Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, when we go to these sacred sites and these sacred vortexes, from the ancestors and from the elders. It's important to be very respectful. So
Yeah.
we're going to be bringing offerings. And that comes, I think, I don't know if you included that on the list or not, but when you bring an offering, it's usually sweetgrass or sage or tobacco. There's just a number of different things that we can bring. So that Writing on Stone Provincial Park is going to be a beautiful day. That's a sacred vortex as
Sacred
well.
vortex. Okay.
Sacral.
Mark that. That's interesting. I'm going through.
All right. So after we leave the Lethbridge area down at the border, that's when we're actually going to head back up to Calgary. So we're going to be in the Calgary area for a little bit. And the next stop is somewhere called Cluny, Alberta. And what is it? Another medicine wheel?
This one is the Earth Lodge Village.
The Earth Lodge Village. Oh, perfect. Okay. So this is a National Historic Site. And it's going to be, again, a very sacred vortex. So this dates back like close to 2,000 years ago. And there might even be a medicine wheel on this property. We might find one. So anytime we go to a site like this, we will be bringing an offering just in case we do come across a medicine wheel. So
we're going to be doing a lot of hanging out, guys, filming, having fun, getting the drone up. So it'll just be nice and easy going. So come down and hang out with us.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're just planning to head out to the sites and just take it really easy all day and set up some really cool shots.
Explore
the area, feel it out, feel where we feel the energies. And I'm sure we'll bring lots of, snacks and picnics and
all kinds of stuff. And then the meditation will be, again, at Earth Lodge Village, Sidereal Time, God, I can't talk, 8:52.
So we will be doing more so like evening meditations. And if you guys can't come and you still want to come earlier, we can always do a meditation earlier and we always can just go with the flow. We're totally going with the flow on this one. So once we're in the Calgary area, we're going to check out the Earth Lodge Village, and then we're going to head over to Okotoks. This is super cool. We've got friends in Okotoks, so we're excited to hopefully visit them. And this is the Okotoks Erratic. So that's the name, and it also goes by, the Big Rock. Yeah, so I guess a glacial erratic is just a big, giant chunk of rock that fell off a mountain, a glacier, as, I guess everything was melting and the tectonic plates were moving,
I think
and
so,
the earth was cooling down and the crust was shifting, and that's how it all happens. So again, this is just an element of a mountain, and mountains are they have very energetic properties, very elemental properties, very magnetic properties. We've learned, these big elements, like you'll start to notice these vortices, these high energetic areas are all in, the mountains or the lakes, or even like the deserts, like, Jesus and Sedona and all kinds of, so it's all very elemental, these energetic hotspots. So even for a mountain to leave this like giant rock behind, that carries an energetic significance.
So meditation will be at 8:48 on the Okotoks Erratic, and it will be, I'm not quite sure the specifics of the meditations, but it'll be an elemental type one. So we'll be bringing in the elementals and connecting to their energy in a sacred way.
Absolutely. It's going to be really cool. People are talking about like having seen fairies before. And, we talk about these more mythical kind of energies being available to us as we raise our vibration, because they vibrate at such a high frequency. So it's going to be really cool just to connect with the elements, to connect with nature, the mountains, and just all of these huge energetic places to really put our intention out there. So
the eighth site?
The eighth site is still in the Calgary area. This is called Majorville Medicine Wheel. It's another medicine wheel. We have directions to this one. So if you guys want to join us, I guess there was a town that used to be called Majorville, but it doesn't exist anymore. So you kind of have to go through other towns that are on the map. And again, much like all of the medicine wheels, it is a sacred vortex, and we will be bringing an offering. And it's starting to get a little bit earlier at 8:40. So if you guys can join us for that, we are going to be, still in the Calgary area at the end of June. And then we do head over to, we're going to stay in Canmore because it just always seems to be a little less expensive than like Banff and Lake Louise. And then it brings us to, when we're in Canmore, we're going to do the Archangel Michael Vortex portal. And I am so excited for this one. And as it turns out, we're actually going to be accessing the portal through Emerald Lake, but there is like 3 major mountains and 3 major lakes that connect the inner Archangel Michael portal. So there's basically like 3 mountain peaks that all connect, and in the center of it, of course, like those mountains run down to lakes. And, you know, this portal is huge. Like the Archangel Michael portal, it reaches all the way up to like Jasper. And I don't know if you guys have ever driven from Banff to Jasper, but it's like an 8-hour drive. So this portal is massive, and it stretches like kind of like all through the Rockies. So, you know, people have, again, felt Archangel Michael's presence. They had a big Archangel Michael ceremony there, I believe, between 2009 and 2012. So this portal is very highly connected to the 1212, the 1212 portal. And we all know what happened in 2012. Like there was so many shifts and so much craziness going on. So this portal is just, you know, they open these energetic portals, they open in these remote areas. And we're learning so much about them, and we can't wait to share more information with you guys. And we can't give it all away now, but it's going to be for the end, for the documentary, for all the footage, and it's just going to come together. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. So anyways, there's these 3 mountains. And one of them is Mount Victoria, which is your classic Banff, Lake Louise hike that people do. The other one is called, I can't remember, but it's where Lake O'Hara is. And Lake O'Hara is insane. Apparently, they only let 100 people through this park. And onto this land a year. So it's regulated by the government, and it's a lottery system. You basically have to win a ticket to get on the bus to be able to get on this ground. That's how sacred it is. It is crazy. So like when you start researching this, I get so excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where we're going to go. And it's like, oh, we can't actually go there because it's like a 1.5 year waiting list, and you have to submit, and like maybe then you'll like win a chance to get there. So, the second highest energy point seemed to be at the Emerald Lake, and go figure, the mountain there is actually called Michael Peak. So the Archangel Michael portal, we're going to be hiking right past Michael Peak, and we are going to be hiking right to the Takaka Falls. And this is super exciting because it's the second highest elevation waterfall in Canada, and we're just really excited to hike there with the drone, get some cool footage, and just be in this amazing energetic space. So we're calling this vortex type the angelic, and we're very, very excited for the Canmore area, so much so that we know we have to go back and do Lake O'Hara. And like they have the 7 chakra lakes there. As we start researching, we just realize like how amazing and incredible some of these sites are. All right. I feel like I'm doing all the talking, sweetheart.
Go for it. Number 10.
You know, he just learned about where we were going this morning, and
pretty much,
it Bit of a
Kelly's
shock.
planned the whole thing. It's amazing.
I have planned the whole thing.
So the 10th stop on the tour is the Elemental Great Pyramid in Kimberley in BC. Meditation time is going to be about 8:20 in the evening there. And this is the Saturday. It's going to be a meditation for healing and memory, or connecting to the living library and activating cosmic memory.
Yes, that's what we mean by memory, like the cellular memory and the Akashic records and the elemental memory. And so, yeah, Kimberley, BC, the entire mountain is basically a pyramid that has been hollowed out because the whole mountain was used for mining. And then the whole thing filled up with water. All those mines aren't used anymore, and they all got flooded with water, I think, to use for something else. But anyways, yeah, so it's basically one big giant healing pyramid full of water.
Amazing. Very powerful, yeah.
So that is absolutely an energy vortex, and we're going to be taking advantage of that. As I mentioned the last time, I was looking for a hike to do just because it's the whole mountain, and we ended up finding one trail called the Jimmy Russell to Sunflower Hill, and we thought that was super cute.
Doing that one.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that hike that day in Kimberley, BC. So if anyone is available to come hike and meditate with us and come see some beautiful sunflowers. Awesome. So now, once we head into Kimberley, we're in BC and we're into July. So we're well into our Vortex tour, at that point. And, I think this is where things really start to heat up for us, because we go to a location called Carameuse. This is, again, close to the Osoyoos area, close to the BC border, BC US border. And then I don't know. I'm still researching this, because the Carameuse Mound is what it's called. Is basically like, is it myth? Is it legend? Is it fact? It happened so long ago. It had something to do with the Spanish coming into that area, coming up from Spain, and the people of the land, the native tribe, apparently murdered all of the Spanish people and then buried them. And then there was this big mound, and this was the Carameuse Mound. So I don't know. To me, that felt a little bit like negative when I was reading about it. And apparently there's petroglyphs depicting this happening. So I found it interesting that we were led to go there. Its spiritual significance is this mound, and this is like kind of negative. And then one of the girls I was talking to that lives in the area that has been there before, she said, yeah, I didn't really like it. I kind of got negative vibes when I went there. So I was telling David today, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a negative portal. Like these energy portals come in, and sometimes they can be very positive. This may be the I think the only negative one that we might be going to, but I don't know. It's apparently beautiful. We're right on the Silkameen little river creek that flows through, and it's right in this beautiful valley, like in the mountains. And apparently it's like wineries are all around you, and fruit stands, and like it's just supposed to be the fruit stand capital of the world, to be honest. And so we're just gonna go and bring our positive little energy and
bring in the light.
But what's really cool is in that area, this is all kind of the Okanagan area, like the South Okanagan. And from what I heard, all of the Okanagan Lake is a vortex. And so many people are attracted to the Okanagan in the summertime. It was impossible to even try to find a place to stay. And I have heard there's a lot of fairies and Sasquatch sightings in the area. So we are going to be doing a lot of that. So again, this is a sacred vortex that might slightly be negatively polarized. Like, we don't know. Negative isn't a bad thing. It's all just experience, and it's all just balance, and it's all just energy. So, when I say that, I don't mean anything.
Okay, the 12th stop is in Vancouver, on Vancouver Island, BC.
We're out to the island now, guys. We're going from we're going from the border of BC all the way to the island because there's no vortex in between. So
the Wilburn Valley Ancient Rainforest, which we're very, very excited about. It's an ancient elemental energetic rainforest on the west coast, central of the island. Directions, I think you can probably look up online, but we'll give those out when we have them more specific.
This is like back road.
It's pretty back
logging
country,
road. Like it gets a little bit sketchy. I think the road out there, it's kind of along, west coast, central on the island.
Right. It's home to one of Canada's largest red cedars, Castle Giant waterfalls, which is going to be very, very
Castle
exciting.
Giant is the cedar. It's a tree.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, waterfalls.
And then there is also waterfalls
right.
in the area. And what they said was it's a big rainforest and it's all like canopied in,
right,
and you just have the most immersive nature experience. And people who have wrote about this place and who have been there, they say it's life-changing. Like you just don't come out the same. You come out with a different connection and a different probably a different frequency. So we're pretty excited just to experience growth, and I think we're going to be different people when we come out on the other side of the tour.
And we'll probably do a connection to Gaia meditation. I would have thought maybe probably more than one, because it sounds like a very magical place.
It's going to be a very, very magical place. So we were guided to go to 2 stops on the island, this beautiful, magical rainforest, and then kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Petroglyph Park is where we were guided to go. Reading about it, it seems like it's a really tiny little park, and it's been kind of like the originals have been mocked, and they try to get you to go to their little information center, and you can go through there. And then reading the TripAdvisor reviews, it was like, there's a homeless person that lives there. There might be needles. And so I don't know how much time we're going to spend there.
I never read the reviews.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. So there was another provincial park that was very, very close called the Qualicum Provincial Park. And there they have a beach and they have waterfalls, and it's supposed to be really, really cool. So I thought, you know what, we're going to check out Petroglyph Park, and maybe it's amazing, and maybe we're going to have like the coolest experience there. But if it's not the best experience, we have kind of like a backup plan. So I thought we could just do both that day.
Sounds good.
So the most exciting thing we're doing on the island for sure is the ancient rainforest, but that's going to be amazing too.
Yeah.
All right.
Sasquatch or 2 in there, I think.
They're going to be everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then this is probably
stop 14.
Probably my favorite stop, just because we had one amazing woman reach out to us because she heard about the tour and she found us online, and she's lived in the Mount Ida area her whole entire life. So she wrote us a beautiful email, and she was talking about seeing light orbs in caves. She was telling us a friend of hers has had the most ET contact she's ever had. They were talking about building a ceremony site on the land on Mount Ida that they've purchased. And it just so happens that they're going to be building their own medicine wheel on the property. So it's been manifesting for a while. You know, they've called in the elders on the land and they've gotten the blessing. And it's almost like the vortex itself is building itself. And it is so cool because we started researching it, and it's the only vortex type that is a magnetic vortex on our tour. And this is like the same as you're going to find in the Sedona area. So sometimes these portals just open up due to the magnetic poles shifting on Earth. And this portal opened in 2005, and it grows like a little bit by a little bit every single day. So this portal is opening, it's getting bigger, it's getting stronger. And yeah, like it's just supposed to be an incredible area for manifestation and, connecting with spirit. And almost everybody that we've met and talked to, from just this one contact, everybody is very open-hearted, very spiritual, very loving, giving, just into just being free and
Very aligned,
themselves and just very, very aligned. The energy is very aligned there. So the coolest thing was our Vortex tour starting out, and we're doing like 5 or 6 medicine wheels in Alberta. And now all of a sudden we're in BC and we get to be a part of building our own medicine wheel.
Pretty amazing.
It's just so incredible. It really is.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
We're going to do a bit of Sasquatching there. On the 22nd, we've also got something very, very special. We've got a Mary Magdalene feast. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, like because there seemed like there was just so much to do on this Mount Ida area. We're going to be spending a couple of days there. So on the 22nd, yes, the Mary Magdalene feast. I think it's a ceremonial day that some people feel called to celebrate. And do you want to talk about who Mary Magdalene is? A little bit, just that she walked with Jesus, and she was there for the resurrection. She was very close with him, and they had a magical relationship. This is the Magdalene manuscript here.
So I'm not sure read this yet, but definitely a book to check out, guys. I know a lot of you have read that. I'm just going to grab that.
I don't know.
It's on face tracking, so it's not going to pick up that. But, anyway, it's from Tom Kenyon, who's a connection of mine, and it's apparently a very, very well recommended book. Yeah, Mary Magdalene was very activated, walked with Jeshua, and their adventures have been documented extensively in the occult world, and a lot of you know about her. But I think it's going to be sort of this
divine feminine,
divine masculine, balancing ceremony and day and meditation that we're going to do there.
Because this is where all the Sasquatching activity we heard about was happening. So the lady we were talking to said, well, doesn't that kind of clash? You've got this Mary Magdalene divine feminine, and then you've got like Sasquatching. Is that like too opposing? But it's not. It's perfect because it's all about bringing these energies into balance and bringing them together.
Yeah. So. And this lady's been in touch with a family there, I think, a Sasquatch family. So telepathically, which is going to be very interesting to see. We're going to probably do quite a bit of Sasquatching and looking for evidence when we're on the tour. I always find stuff. So if you're into that, then stick around for that.
Yes. So we've got this magnificent day where we're going to actually do a little ceremony there. Again, this is a private ceremony. If anybody is in the area and you are interested in joining, let us know because we would like to get permission to have anybody come along. So for things like that, again, if you guys want this information, just be in contact with us. Just use the email, and then any details that we have, we will just update you along the way. Each and every day, we'll just keep track of who wants to come to what location. And then July 23rd, we are going to go check out the Orb Cave and then explore the other side of the mountain from where we're building the medicine wheel. So we just plan to be all over that mountain in the time that we are there.
Very cool. Stop 15.
So once we are finished the Mount Ida Salmon Arm area, we are coming back to Edmonton. So we've pretty much finished our loop, and there are a few more vortexes out, but they are on like kind of scattered islands and just difficult to get to, a little bit too central, a little bit too north. So once we are finished at this beautiful Mount Ida medicine wheel building ceremony, we're coming back to Edmonton, and we are going to finish off with the stops that we wanted to do at the beginning, but we're just doing them at the end now. So just about 45 minutes west of Edmonton, we've got Lac St. Anne, and it's actually aka Alberta Beach. If you guys have been there, that is probably where we will set up shop for the day. And this is going to be a healing vortex. So again, these lakes, they can be having very healing properties and healing waters. So we'll be doing a healing ceremony that day. And then we have another opportunity. Look at that, for crop circles.
Another crop circle.
Another galactic vortex. So again, this is another massive crop circle formation, and it's going to be near Camrose in a little hamlet called Duhamel, Alberta. And again, close to Edmonton. Camrose is probably about an hour away only. So yeah, we'll again, we still have to contact these people. This is kind of a ways out. This is a similar situation that we started with on a farm on private property, having to scour the internet to find out who lives there and if they'll let us come along with our lasers.
Yeah, so it might move around, guys, but it's pretty concrete in our planning mind. So
yeah, it's pretty concrete. We're going with the flow as much as we have to as well. So, and then our very, very last stop is going to be Nordegg, Alberta. So very well known for Crescent Falls, beautiful kind of double waterfall. If you guys have been out to that area, my parents have been taking me there since I was like 3 years old. So I'm really excited to go back now and know like the spiritual significance, because I always know what it felt like as a kid. One of my best friends actually got married there, and I just had like no idea how incredible of a place it was. So it's the Sundance ceremony that takes place there every single year. So we would like to, get onto that property because that's where that sacred energy is. But it's also got that elemental and that energetic feel to it because of these like massive energetic waterfalls. So it's just going to be a very, very sacred, amazing way to end everything off. And we come full circle and we end up back in Alberta. So this date probably won't move, might move by like a day.
August 9th.
Yeah, so we're going with August 9th, but again, this is the part of the trip that isn't quite booked because it's at the very end and it's really super far away from now, and we want it to be done by July, end of July, but now we're like creeping into August. But there's so much that we want to do and so many people that we want to see, and we do want to take our time, and we want to be doing our live mass meditations in the Sundays and continue to give you guys updates along the way. So yeah, I think that is the end of our show.
And we have got a little special treat for you guys at the end here, which we talked about at the beginning. Those of you who joined in later. We were out last night with our little night vision camera filming some stuff. And as we normally do, we had a bunch of contact. We're going to play you. We've got sort of an hour's worth of footage, but we're going to play you, I don't know, probably a minute, 2 minutes worth.
It's about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So there was a couple of different spots and a couple of really cool things. We haven't had this happen since last summer. We were down in Chestermere Lake, just outside of Calgary, and we had a portal open and 37 ships came out. And this was the most incredible thing where I had to stop denying that there was anything other than ET activity happening. So
amazing, yeah.
That's what really opened my eyes to everything. And we actually had a portal open last night. It was so cool. I could see it, and close to probably 25 or 30 ships that we noticed came out. And what was really interesting is they would light up in one area. Anyways, David could actually see them coming in way before they came in on the infrared camera. But that part is really, really long, and we can't show you that part right now. So I'm sure we will save it or maybe add it in somewhere. But we were having issues time stamping and then also bringing in this giant 4K, whatever this is. So all you can see is stars, really. And we were running out of time. This was just a last minute. We decided to throw this in and try to show you guys just some of the activity that we do see every night. And we caught our flashy friends on camera last night as well.
That was cool, yeah.
So this is the part that we want to show you.
So we do have sound, guys, but I'm not sure it's going to play in QuickTime because Restream doesn't allow me to play sound through other windows. You can play sound through web browser windows, but for some reason you can't. So they may have changed that, they've updated things since I last did that. So I'm just going to play a clip here and just tell me if you can hear the sound. Where's my where is it? Am I going crazy here? Where is the okay, back to the full screen. Where is my QuickTime window? There you are. So you should be able to see us here on the screen. Sorry, see this on the screen.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have anything on the screen obstructing.
This.
Okay, so like I was saying, these are just our regular galactic flashy friends that, you know, they're kind of sneaky. They come up and they'll just give us like one flash sometimes, and then we just won't see them again. And then, you know, one or two flashes. So normally we don't usually get this many flashes.
That's cool. Let's know if you can hear this sound, guys. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it or not.
All right.
If not, we're just going to walk through it.
Did you start at 114?
Yeah.
They're going to hear you making noises with your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It's making fart noises.
I think you can probably see the mouse here. You'll see a couple of things here which are interesting, and I'm going to highlight them with the mouse. I think you can see the mouse pointer.
Yeah, so this is just last night. We're laying on our deck. Oh, is that it?
No, hold on. We had a couple of ships kind of come in before. There's two ships coming in here. They did kind of a little arc here, which is kind of interesting. So you can see those guys.
You can see 1, 2. Now, I can't see this with the naked eye.
So just picking up on infrared, these guys. So Kelly can't see these guys, but she's seen our flashy friends a little bit further down the screen, and if you can't hear it,
you've seen him. You just seen him, yeah. So he jumps over.
This is right over,
and then boom, there's the flash. Yeah.
So you'll watch him move around a little bit. He kind of goes down and goes down towards the tree. This was right after we called in our galactic friends, literally 60 seconds after we called them in. This kind of happens quite a bit, and you'll see him sort of moving around. Sometimes they zip around and move to different points. But anyway, this is our flashy friends, as we call them. We don't know which star beings these guys are. Yeah, you can see him kind of moving around here. And he finishes kind of down behind the tree here. They've done things like, we've asked them for like 11 flashes in a row, and they've done things like that. I've seen this particular race kind of do a zip with the ship before, but this is kind of cool. So this is kind of the kind of thing we experience, guys, on a regular basis. No, we're not seeing satellites or things like that. You can kind of map that, and we'll talk about that.
No, because they phase in and they phase out, and they move all around, and they follow different paths, and it's very interesting. So I counted 18 flashes off that guy last night, and then David came back to try to see if he could find these other two guys on the infrared. And can you see them moving? Oh yeah, there you go.
So what's interesting is Kelly can't see these guys with the naked eye, and it's our eyes have acclimatized so we can see a lot of the stars, but I'm picking that up on infrared. So it's very, very interesting to do that. Another guy over here. They just sort of appear, guys. So there's lots of stuff that happens in us, guys. If you look up and you've got the right equipment, you've got the right patience, and got the right mindset to see them, you will definitely see them. You can, of course, call them in. There's plenty of other stuff happen. We got loads of other stuff, but that's sort of what we want to show you. We had tons of ships come in as well.
And yeah, we had that portal opening up, probably about 40 minutes later. I don't know if we can show that now, but
I'm not going to show it now.
No, we're already up on our hour. Yeah,
so we had about 28 ships come in from the top of the screen because we were sort of laying down, and the house was up here, and then the trees were over there. and that's where we saw our flashy friends up there. Anyway, we watched. There were ships sort of seemingly coming out of a portal that we could see with the naked eye, but I traced it back with the night vision, and they were actually coming in from behind the house. But Kelly couldn't see them up here. She could only see them when they got down
coming
here.
in up by the house. I could only see them because they would come in and they would flash and they would disappear. And then another one would come in and flash and disappear. And another one and another one. So then when David brought the night vision in, he was like, oh, they're actually coming in from higher and higher. And he traced it all the way back to the top of the house. So, you know, they were coming in and they were coming down, and we probably had about another 30 ships do that. So it's just wild. It's so interesting. I thought that was so cool to catch that on camera. So we just like to bring our blankets out onto our deck and stare at the sky for, you know, sometimes a good hour, like we were last night. 2 nights ago, so not last night, but the night before, it was also a beautiful clear sky, and there just happened to be a meteor shower.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of meteors, yeah.
And we didn't get out there until midnight. Yeah. And then when I Googled, it was like this meteor shower was like an all or nothing. They didn't know if you would be able to see anything or not. So it was all or nothing, you know, and we saw like how many shooting stars. It was so amazing. Yeah, it was so cool. And it happened to be from like midnight till 1 o'clock in the morning was the peak. And that just happened to be when we went outside. So I don't know, coincidence? I think not. Like these things are obviously.
So we had tons of sightings, and we're going to get tons of footage more. Now we've got the night vision that can record. We had a couple of interesting ships do some, which I think were man-made quantum craft last night. They came in, just kind of phased in and phased out, kind of on a very FAA type light schedule, not an aircraft or a traditional airplane, but it was a craft of some kind.
We're definitely going to have to do a whole show.
Yeah, I think they were man-made. I need to do a whole show just breaking down how I don't believe many of the people say they're seeing satellites are satellites from a number of perspectives. I mean, there's so many actually components to that argument where I don't know. It's very difficult to say that they are satellites given the logistics of how far the satellites are away and how small they are, and the fact they don't actually have lights on them. So we're not being fed the real story here by the NASA peeps. But no,
never a straight answer, or
no.
What is it? Not
a space agency. Is that what it is?
Not a space agency. Yeah.
So although there can be some satellites that you see, I'm gonna do a whole show on the premise of you probably actually can't see a satellite in the sky because given the fact they don't have lights on them, and this is actually scientific fact, you don't have to speak to satellite engineers. Just go and look it up. They actually state it quite clearly. The lowest orbiting satellites, or some of them, the Starlink ones, are about 200 to 300 miles above the Earth, and they don't have lights on them. So you're being told that the lights that you're seeing moving are the solar panel reflections off the sun, which is, given the fact these light sources are constant when you see them, they'd have to be a spherical object from a physics perspective, let alone some other things. So there's a very big question mark on the whole. What are some satellites? Obviously, stuff we presented to you tonight are clearly not satellites, but some do look like them, and people think they are. But there's a lot of information that I want to put out there that says, well, I don't think you could see a satellite from 300 miles away.
We probably could have done a whole show just on like what we saw last night, because we saw so many different types of lights in the skies and so many different things, but we just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. We were just playing around with our new camera gear for the very first time. So the stuff that we are going to capture on this Vortex tour, we know it's going to be incredible, and we are so excited to share it with you guys. You know, if not along the way, after the fact, you know, we're gonna have some pretty incredible experiences to show, and hopefully, you know, we can capture a lot of that emotion as well. So
very cool. Yeah, very cool. So that's about all we had time for tonight, guys. We've got some slightly more, although not a ton more, but slightly more in depth unpacking of the tour. probably in one more show, but we will send this PDF out so you can study it and get in contact with us and meet up with us. And we'd love to have your energy there at Meditations. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah, you guys can do your own research if you want to do your own Vortex tour, or if you find out like cool information, or if you know about any more vortexes out there, like share that with us, because we're just so excited and we just feel so called to go and just to do and to meet and connect and everything that's coming with it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and every time we go into a high vibrational state, we anchor in the light. It benefits the planet, the collective, the cosmos so much. So the meditations that we do right now more than ever are probably the most important we've ever done as a collective. So it's really, really important to do it individually, together in these groups. So anchoring in the light to these vortexes is going to amplify them. So you could experience miracle healings. You could experience contact from higher beings. You could experience your extrasensory perceptions come online. A whole host of things are going to happen during this tour. We don't presume to know what's going to happen. We got no idea what we're getting ourselves into. It's going to be crazy.
Well, we've seen videos of people doing like a CE5 meditation protocol, and they were just video cameraing like with a regular camera, and they caught all kinds of like light beings, wrapped around and surrounding the people, and miraculous healings have happened. So again, yeah, exactly. As long as we're just anchoring in the light and, we're asking, because there is that free will element that nothing in the universe can interfere with us unless we are aware and we give that permission, unless, we're unconsciously agreeing to something, which we know happens a lot these days. But nothing galactic can come in and interfere with humanity and help us and give us the guidance and give us the tools and the healing unless we ask for it. So, really connecting and praying and putting that energy out there. And we're so powerful as individuals, but when we come together, we just amplify that energy exponentially. So that's exactly what we hope to do. We hope to see you all out there with us, and we are just so excited for what's to come.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us tonight, guys, and we hope you enjoyed that. Send us a message if you want to come along and meet us on the tour. We've got a little bit of time before we kick off on June the 15th, but it's coming around the corner fast, and we can't wait to see you, those of you that come and join us. This coming Monday, not Sunday, but Monday, we have a global mass meditation that we do weekly. So if you haven't been part of that crowd, it will be at 7:30 p.m. most likely. If you want to be notified about that, join our mailing list. I'll pop that up on the screen right now.
We have to move our meditation next week to Monday, just because Sunday we are doing a big family garage sale.
Really looking forward to that.
He's so looking forward to it. Yeah.
Been looking forward to it.
And then the following week, I was thinking instead of going back to Sunday, we move it to Tuesday because it's the big, the supermoon.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Supermoon.
But definitely jump on that mailing list, guys, as I always plug, because that's where you're going to get updates for the meditations if you don't want to miss one. So
mailing list, or what do we have? Instagram? No. You want to bring it up?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, bring it up, and then we'll end the show.
Okay, I've been given my orders.
I've been giving you orders all day. Have you been listening to any of them?
No, I traditionally
No, you shut me out, and then you go do your own thing, and then you cause chaos in the home.
This is what we call the rebel gene. And all starseeds have it. Some have it and exercise it more than others. So I definitely exercise it regularly.
Anytime I ask David to do anything or tell him to do something, it's like he has to do the exact opposite.
It's hardwired.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Anyway, let's wrap up. Great to see you and share this space with you again, my friends. We can't wait to see you again soon. We'll be live again on the next mass meditation next Monday. And we wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Keep holding the light, keep anchoring the light, and keep taking time for you, because there's a lot of light goes and light waves coming in. And we felt a big shift today. So
yeah, these energies have been crazy. So lots of forgiveness.
Take your time.
Self-care, self-love.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Absolutely.
But we will see you guys very, very soon. And we send you lots of love and light.